Hello, and we're live. Hey guys, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Late Nights with Sabr slash Savor slash Dilexic. I don't know. Yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. Today we have the man, the legend himself, Flying Rich.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Today's show is gonna be a little bit different. I know you guys have always seen Rich, and a lot of you might know Rich's story, but to the people that are new, to the people that are barely getting into this and have seen Rich's face on John Crump Live, if you guys don't know about Rich, all his stuff is down low over there in the description on YouTube. We're gonna get to know what's going on inside of Rich's brain.
Oh, you don't want that. Nobody should have that.
All right, man. So, Rich, introduce yourself a little bit to all the fresh young faces that don't know who you are.
Cool. Yeah, well, first off, I go by Flying Rich on Instagram. I'm a 1,000-hour instrument rated pilot. I always wanted to fly and learn how to fly. And finally, I had a real job. I was making money. I owned a house. And I'm talking in the office with some people. And I said what I said to you. They're like, so why don't you? And I'm like, I looked up, a flight school on the internet and went and took my first lesson and kind of took off from there. And I remember a time my flight instructor was always working on his own planes, and I was helping him work on his plane. And he said to me,
Correct.
well, when you get a plane, I'll help you work on yours. And I laughed at him. And he thought I was laughing at him because I I thought he wasn't going to help me. I laughed
Yeah.
at him because I'm like, I'm never going to own my own plane. What are you talking about? And a couple
Oh,
of years later, I owned my own plane.
okay. So
So
that's something that I really wanted to ask you, man, because I don't think a lot of people understand that you are an actual pilot. Like they probably think that you're trying to like stun on people and be like, "Hey, man, I'm fly rich," but
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you're actually flying rich. There's difference,
Y-
guys.
yeah, and it's kind of a how I met my wife, which it isn't exactly how I met my wife, but it's more how I married my wife. Is So when you have your own plane, there's a couple of big fly-ins each year, and the one spring one just happened. That's called Sun and Fun, and that's in Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
And that's always like mid-April, like the second week in April timeframe.
Is that
And
a is that like a show where people go and show off their planes and then stuff like that, or what is that? Could you explain?
so it's people. So I fly an experimental aircraft. Actually, let me bring up a picture of it. And so when uh, what happens is you'll fly and there'll be like groups, different groups. So there's like a Cessna group, there's a this group, well, there's a Canard group. And let's
Not
see
like
if I
3D
can
printing,
bring
huh?
this up.
Kind of like 3D printing.
So hold on. Oh, I'm not on StreamYard with. All right, hold on. Let me see if I
All right.
can. How could I send this to you?
Send it to my email,
All right.
sabarprints2a@gmail.com. Make sure that we're not
You sure
dyslexic,
you know your right email address this time?
bro. All right, guys. So for a while, I was having issues with my email, and as you guys know, I don't know if I'm dyslexic. I self
Dyslexic.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it just I am. Rich just proved that right now, guys. You saw that shit. So I was I was having people try to send me stuff, and they were like, "Hey, man, your thing is not working." I'm like, "Where did you send it to?" And they send it to me. By the way, the homie that was having that issue was kind of stoned. So he was stoned. I'm naturally not stoned. I'm just naturally like this. I think the doctor probably slapped me too hard when I was born, or it might have slapped me by accident. I don't know. So I told Rich like, "Hey man, I need help. Could you test it?" And me and Rich are trying it, and we end up finding out that I guess we spelled it wrong, right, Rich?
Yep,
He
yep.
spelled it wrong.
Well, I
So
think you texted me your email, and it's like I just copied and pasted. I'm like, dude, this isn't right. They're like, send me an email, and you send me an email. I'm like, I got that. I'm like, wait a second, you
Bro,
flipped, or
yeah,
Anyhow, I sent you the email with two links to the plane.
yeah. I'm check.
So
I just right now.
so basically, living in New York after frickin' winter, it's just great to
Yeah.
get down to Florida in April. That's kind of spring break time.
Oh,
So
God.
it's always a great time to spend a week in Florida. So I flew down to Florida, and somebody I knew who I worked for, and
Yeah.
then I became a close friend with. He's a guy my dad's age,
Correct.
and I became a friend of the family. So I came down and visited him in Palm Beach, and his daughter Terry, that I've known for years, but
Yeah.
we're always with somebody else, and it's not like we're really interested in each other or anything like that.
Correct.
Um, she came out to dinner, and I'm like, oh, she's looking good, kind of thing. And the next day, she showed me around like Jupiter, Florida. We hung out, and then I flew. I hopped in the plane. I flew over to Lakeland and spent like a day and a night over at Lakeland, and then I flew back for the rest of the week and hung out with Terry. And
Mhm.
then, having an airplane, it's pretty easy. And I had a job where I had 6 weeks vacation, so you have to burn through that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
So
'cause if
I
not, they
flew
take it
back
away.
down. Yeah. So actually, let's see. So it was June 2007. So it's like mid-April, we got together, and like so June 7th, 2007. Or is it June 7th or 12th? Boy, June 14th. I'm sorry, June 14th, Flag Day, 2007. We got
Yeah.
married. So it's like May, June. So yeah, we probably hung out a couple of times and then got married.
Okay, wait. Did you take her on your plane, bro? Like, once you met her, like, did you fly on your plane? The truth, you did, huh?
No, no.
No.
Actually, I don't think she. It wasn't until after we were married that she flew in the plane.
Oh, okay, okay. Alright, I'm gonna start, sharing it, alright?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Alright,
Make
could
sure
you
you
guys
don't
see it? Could you s
dyslexically hit the wrong button.
I know,
No, I just
I'm
see you and
hoping
me,
I
man. All right, now it's coming up.
okay, okay, okay. And
You got to
alright,
click the
guys,
right
just
shit.
don't look at the stuff. Is it that one?
Yeah, yeah. So that's actually my plane and my wife. That's another fly-in for Canard Airplanes that happens at Rough River, Tennessee. So there's two airports in the state of Tennessee where they have airports and parks, and they have cabins and stuff on a lake. It's gorgeous, just unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, this is the only one I got, I think.
Yeah, I sent you two
Uh,
links.
yeah. So it was this one, and then the other one, let me see. Okay, okay, I see what happened.
Yeah, so that was at Rough
It's
River,
loading.
Kentucky, and then this other picture is at the Oshkosh Air Show, and Oshkosh is the mecca of aviation. Basically, 10% of the world's airplanes go to Oshkosh the last week in July. That's Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Okay, so when you the first time you flew out to Florida, I mean, it's not the first time, but when you ended up kind
Right.
of
Right.
falling in love with your wife or fell in love with your wife. Let me say that in case she's watching, and then she's gonna be like, "What? You kind of fell in love with me, Rich?" Um,
Yeah.
you flew from New York. You flew from New York to Florida,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this one. Here we go. Sorry, guys. My computer's the same as me. Real, bro. Oh, there. Oh, that's nice. Damn. Wait, that's yours right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now it's parked nose down, the nose gear's retracted, and
Yeah.
that's called the grazing position. And pretty much without even being tied down, that's good for 40 knot winds in any direction. So it's kind of a couple of good things about parking it like that. I have an electric nose lift, so you can get in the plane, start the engine, hit the button, and then it'll raise up on the nose strut.
Okay. And how much? How many people does that fit, Rich?
Three. So two up front, one in the back.
Oh, that's dope, bro. Everybody's saying, the homies saying, "Hey, dude, sweet plane."
Yeah, yeah, that's Toy Town. How's it going, buddy? So, unfortunately, in about 10 years, last 10 years, I haven't had money to fly. So I've been kind of broke. In that plane, I had an incident where I had to land on a road and I actually hit
Oh,
a car. So that plane is mostly repaired. I still gotta like pay to finish building the engine on it.
okay. So, when that let's talk about that accident, that emergency landing. What happened there,
Yep.
Rich?
So I was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. It's about 4,000 feet, and I was going to be flying to Rochester, Minnesota.
Right.
And the canopy flew open, and the propeller's in the back. So all sorts of stuff went through the propeller and took about a foot off the propeller. And I
Damn.
tried to get to the nearest airport, which was like, I think it was about 15 nautical miles away,
Yeah,
and I could see I wasn't going to make it. And I landed on a road and I took out a power wire, a stop sign, a speed limit sign, and I hit a car.
bro. Don't tell me that they're charging you for all that crap, right? They are, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah, the insurance paid for all that.
Oh, damn. Look, see, guys, that's why insurance is so important. Your deductible is gonna go super up, but it's gonna be cheaper than what you would have paid out of pocket, right, Rich?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Well, the
There we
first plane crash actually made 40 grand.
You made money
I made
crashing
money. I
planes?
made 40 grand on the first plane crash. Also dipped the stock market.
What? Wait. Why?
So this
Explain.
was in New York, and news of a plane crash in New York dipped the stock market.
They thought it was gonna be another damn you know what? But we're not gonna say it because JetBlue cannot move.
So what the first plane crash, there's what's called hull insurance, and I bought the plane for 20 grand and I had it
Yeah.
insured for 60. So I actually made 40 grand on that.
Damn, I'm in the wrong business. I need to start crashing
No, you don't
planes.
want to make money like that.
Nah,
You
it's a joke. It's a joke.
dude,
Okay,
if you go to my channel, go to the aviation playlist, and if you
yeah,
look at that video, you're gonna be like, nobody survived that. When I got out and looked at the plane, I'm like, holy crap. You know, that one, if you land a plane like that not on a road or anything, you usually die.
okay, Rich. I don't know if you saw the news recently. I think it was a guy. It was close to. Everybody knows where I live. It was close to where I live. Where I live. I think the guy ended up crashing in the water. I don't know if it was here or Florida. I forgot, but some guy ended up doing an emergency landing on the water, and then you could see the people are like all around, and instead of like moving out of the way, because you could see the plane coming, they're
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
staring. I don't know if what do you think about that?
Well, look, people aren't used to planes crashing, so if they're looking at a plane, and I'm assuming he had an engine out,
Hmm.
and if the thing's quiet, you probably know that something's up. I mean, if I would know something is up, I'd be getting the heck out of the way. But
Damn.
I guess most people don't figure that out.
All right, another question. So when you crashed the first time, were you kind of like, you know what, screw this, I'm not flying again? Did it take you a while to start flying?
No, no, actually, for business, I had to go to LA the next week. So I made
Yeah.
sure I got up in a friend's plane. I was on crutches for a couple of months,
Damn,
and
bro.
I fractured my tibia plateau, and I made sure I got up at a friend's plane because I didn't want to be, on a 6-hour flight to LA, flipping
Yeah.
out. I want to make sure I was cool. So I talked to a friend, and a couple days later, I was up in his plane.
Oh man, that's crazy. Why did you why do you think it what got you into the planes? Like you said, your friend had a plane, right? And
Well,
then
I've I always wanted to fly. Ever since I was 5 years old, I wanted to fly.
yeah,
Um, my dad had friends that were pilots, and like when I was a kid, we went up in a friend's plane once, and then I had met people that were like pilots and had their own planes, and finally, like I said, it was just one day in the office. I shoot the breeze, and somebody said, "So why don't you get your license?" And I'm like, and it was probably like Alta Vista at the time. I don't think it was Google. I
out of
searched and found flight school and started taking
yeah.
lessons.
Damn, that's dope. Okay, so when you took the I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, remember when all that stuff happened? I think they got stricter with flying lessons, right? Or
So
no?
yeah, post 9/11, there was basically they have to do a background check on you. So that got a little bit stricter. People in aviation are like all about flying. It's almost like guns. It's all about freedom.
Yeah.
And so when that came through that they got to run a background check on you, that a lot of people were kind of pissed off.
Damn, that's crazy. Um, so then I think we were also talking about your 3D printing stuff. How did you let the people know? I mean, there might be some people that kind of know how you got into it, but I know a lot of the new people like me. I don't know why you got into 3D printing. If you could let us know why and for what reason,
So
if you remember.
it's kind of funny because you asked me about it, and so it was like 2016. I looked through my email and I found the order for my first printer, which is right over here. Actually, it's in the same place. I've had it the whole time.
What did you get?
Um, so from GearBest, I got an ANET A8, and it takes about 8 hours to put together. There's nothing, there's no soldering or anything like that, but there's just hundreds of freaking screws that you got to put together.
Wow.
So, and I'm good. Like, I used to work as a mechanic, and basically all of the flat rate books I would beat by 50%. It says it
Okay.
takes 4 hours to do a job. I would do it in 2 hours.
Damn, Rich. Speedy
And
Gonzalez.
right, right. And this thing, I mean, it was a lot of hard work.
Correct.
So, what I'm trying to think what I started out printing. Just I was a tech guy, or I am a tech guy, and so when 3D printers came out, I looked back, it was like $167 for the printer.
Yeah.
So it was stupid cheap. And I'm like, hey, let me get it. Now, compared to an Ender, the
Hmm.
ANET is a stink load of work. It's just because every screw, everything you have to assemble, and it's cut out of Lexan, so it doesn't go together as easy as the I beams and all that bit on the ANET. It
Correct.
just it's not that simple of a printer to put together. So
Okay.
I'm kind of with that respect. It's not like I designed and built my own printer, but holy cow, it's stink close. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really really way close. And of course, being a tech geek, I had to have it set up with Octoprint. in the whole shooting match. I actually do a podcast on single board computing,
Okay.
so I'm pretty geeky techie with all of that stuff.
Okay, let me ask
The Yeah,
you a quick question. Um, and this is just a real quick question. Octoprint or Kipler?
Clipper, you mean Octoprint?
Yeah. Octoprint?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I haven't used Clipper, and somebody's been, reaching out to me, and I've been looking at some videos about Clipper.
Mhm.
Um Clipper has some interesting features to it, so I can only tell you what I know. The Octoprint, works good for me, but the Clipper, it has some features that you can tune the resonance. You can put an accelerometer on your bed and on the print head and tune the resonance and print stink fast with Clipper. So there are some pretty cool features on that. So we were talking printing speed is like the nemesis. It's always like this took me 9 hours to print when, hold on, where is
Correct.
it? Where using the Chep fast print method, I printed one of these in 9 hours.
Yeah.
So
Viendo
printing
tuyo.
this one took me like 20 hours to print
All right.
because I
So,
printed like standard with you know 0.2 millimeter layer height.
mhm,
And so basically printing one of these in like fine detail took 9 hours,
all right.
whereas I
That's
printed the one that's on my arc right now in 9 hours, just the lower.
all right. So then,
So yeah, I may check out Clipper. My next upgrade is gonna be the Spider.
yeah.
So it's the all metal hot end,
Okay, so
so I
I don't
can
know if
print the.
do you know RC, what what's his name? He's in the community. He just, got the spider also. Remember, I
Oh,
think
okay.
me and we were
Yeah, I
talking
think he
about that.
uses Clipper because he was
Yeah.
messaging me.
Exactly. Okay, so him, he got the spider and he was like that it was really cool, this and that, right? So then he told me about Clipper, right? And
Hmm.
he was telling me about it that maybe he could do one and then we could do a raffle, like I could do a raffle for the viewers and he'll send it out to them and fix it up for them, right?
Send it.
So
What's the it?
I don't know. I think he's gonna use a Raspberry Pi 4
Uh huh.
to
Oh. Set up Clipper on a Raspberry
right.
Pi. Yeah.
Yeah, and then send it to the person so they could connect it. So I told them, "Hey, man, hopefully I could have you on the show and we could talk about that." I really don't. I tried Raspberry Pi and I had issues with it because I do tech, but I'm not. What's that? Yeah,
That's one of his
yeah. That
prints.
yes, correct, correct. So I do tech, but I do more like fixing phones, computers, laptop, a little bit of networking, but not that much.
Oh, cool.
So I even set up my next cloud. I think me and you had talked about it a while back.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
I've said cloud server. So
Yeah, I've done a
that's set
bunch
up.
of Nextcloud.
Yeah. So I was thinking if you're down for the show where he comes in, we could do it where where he talks about the Clipper and explains, and then you could kind of ask questions that you know more than me, and talk about Octoprint. So we'll have like a
Hmm.
Octoprint this Clipper type of thing. Are you down?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, cause the homie too, I print shit. He has Octoprint set up on
Oh,
his.
this is
So
cool.
yeah, yeah, his stuff comes out nice for for the way that the speed he's doing, cause he's doing speed tests on them. Especially he used that hot end that you have, the spider, and he says it came out really good. So what I'm thinking is because I'm setting up my printer for nylon, I might add the clipper for the on that one, so
Hmm. Hmm.
I could get informed and add a little camera. That way I get notified because nylon's expensive, man.
Oh, yeah, I bought a kilo, and there was like a discount code.
That Miami Pure Kilo.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
re
My wife's in Miami right now.
Oh, that's dope. How
Yeah,
far
yeah.
are you?
So I'm 2 hours north of Miami. So I'm like dead center in the middle between Miami and Orlando.
iPrincess says, Sabah, you run Linux and you can't do it. I do run Linux and I
Oh
know
yeah, okay.
I know Linux command code and stuff like that. Another thing, if you guys don't know about this about me, I actually know Python, so
Oh
I know a
cool.
little bit of Python. I know how to data analysis. That's what I do on the side. So data analytics, data analysis, SEO, stuff like that. I know what I know. So in order for me to learn Python and you know everything to do with it, I just specialize in that area that I'm learning, and that's
Mm-hmm.
that's data stuff. Anything else, it takes me I could learn it, but I'm gonna go all in, and right now I don't have the time to get stuck like that.
Gotcha.
I'm one of those persons that when I wanna learn something, I'm gonna dive in, and it's gonna take over my life pretty much.
Yeah,
So I guess
Python is like crazy popular.
yeah, yeah, that's why I got into it because the money pay is good, especially in California. I could find a lot of
Mm-hmm.
jobs with that, especially for, like I said, data analysis, data analytics, where sorting data, making graphs, using Metploit, stuff like that. For the
So I
finance,
do cloud engineering, and
mhm,
so a lot of the next level on cloud engineering is being able to software deploy the cloud,
yeah,
and a lot of that's done in Python.
correct, yeah. It's is also like Nextcloud has that other thing that interacts with it. What's it called? Whale or
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
yeah, that I was trying that and it was confusing the F out of me. Okay, but let's enough about that. But yeah, that's what I learned doing. Like I went to school for IT tech, and from there I just kept developing my stuff. So if you guys got iPhones and they're broken, send them to Sabr. Sabr will repair them for you. Send them back. No, I'm just it's been a long time. I haven't repaired an iPhone. Uh, but let's talk about the OG and your 3D printing experience. Is this the first time you're gonna do nylon, Rich, or you've done
Yeah,
nylon before?
yeah. Pretty much I printed like, PETG and PLA.
Yeah.
So nylon is going to be new to me, and I'm so all right. I'm going to break a little news here.
Hold on, hold on.
Uh,
Wait.
I haven't talked about it publicly, but this was going to be my Christmas gift to me a couple of years ago. Was
All
a
right.
Safety Harbor Firearms 50 cal. So tomorrow I'm picking it up.
Oh, when we were in the show, what's his name's wife was kind of saying it out loud, right?
Oh
Remember?
yeah,
Like
yeah. Walter's wife, yeah, Peggy.
that's cool, man. I can't wait to
So
see it.
yeah, my daughter lives for college. She's out in Gainesville, so to go to Gainesville, I'm most of the way there.
All
So
right.
basically, it saves me a 6 hour round trip. Puts like an hour onto my trip out, but it saves me about 5 hours then, if you figure that driving.
Yeah. So
Florida's a
also,
stink big state. Now, if I had my damn airplane, actually, my daughter, um, I'm probably going to get my medical. So I got to do a medical and a biannual flight review. So I'm
all right.
probably going to do those so I can rent a plane until I have money to get my plane fixed.
Okay.
But
So
this way,
how much is renting a plane like? Because I guess when you own a plane, you have to pay to have it parked, right? You have
right.
what's the cost of owning a plane? Like, what do you pay for, pretty much?
So having like a four-seat plane is kind of like owning a 20-foot boat, 30-foot boat.
Okay.
So like people don't get all crazy, like, oh, he's got money, he's got an airplane. The joke is always, yeah, I have an airplane, so I don't have money.
Correct.
Um, but so having an airplane, you have tie down fees. So if you keep it out, which is not so good, a hangar last I checked was like $700 a month. like
Mhm.
in the Palm Beach area. Like a cheap hangar in the Palm Beach area was 700 a month.
Yeah.
Um, Tying down, you probably 150 a month, like on the ramp, as they say. So
Damn.
that kind of sucks, but um, right now my plane is in a heated hangar in Minnesota for like 150 a month.
Okay. So you got it
So
in Minnesota.
yeah, so I might like I've got this contract that's remote.
Alright.
So if I can find a place to stay in Minnesota, I might just go up there, if the money comes in and finish the plane.
Okay. That's dope. Um, so let's talk about how did you get into 2A 3D printing?
Okay.
So were you always into 2A or was 3D
So
printing in the doors?
so I was actually doing a contract in Minnesota, and one of my coworkers, he he got more people in Minnesota their permits than the NRA did
Come out,
in the
PLA
state of
said
Minnesota.
tying down is cheaper than tying off.
I don't know what the tying off means, but
And then DLD After Dark says, "What up, fam? What up?
Doc.
It's
So
that
so the I was consulting in Minnesota on site, and he's like, "Hey, tomorrow I'm doing a class." He's like, "You want to take my class?" I'm
correct?
like, "Yeah, sure. What the heck? I got nothing to do tomorrow. It's the
Yeah,
winter in Minnesota. What am I gonna do? I just like watch YouTube videos. That's
right.
so I went to his class, and then he's like, "So you gonna get your permit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe." And as a non-resident in Minnesota, you can get your permit in any county. So
Oh,
Hennepin County, where Minneapolis is, the sheriff, and I'm sure it's probably still the same. The sheriff's a real jerk, and they charge more because each county can charge whatever they want, and the
yeah.
sheriff will wait till the last day to issue your permit. But like the
Co
next county over, you can get your permit, and basically that day he'll send it out in the mail.
Hey, Rich, have you
Yeah.
heard about that little beef me and Dark have? It's the West Coast East Coast beef. You heard
Oh
about that?
yeah, yeah. You guys gonna like cut each other up? What?
Nah, man. No, it's just so we're gonna do something on Saturday where I'm gonna interview him because you know how he interviews everybody.
Uh
So
huh.
now it's
Dark isn't that interesting. I don't know why you'd even talk to him,
nah, man. It's time to put Dark in the hot seat and flip the script on him
dude.
and
I could tell you all the dirt.
oh damn, look at Dark. What's up?
I gotta open up the
Yeah,
vault on Dark.
damn,
So
Dark.
it's funny how the whole let me get I'll hit on Dark a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. I,
All right, what's up?
Dark and I talk almost every day, and probably for
Yeah,
like an hour every day.
yeah. Damn, bro. Come on. He don't even answer my calls. Dark, what's up with that, man?
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. Like Dark and I talk about a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
So
Yeah, so
it's a
it's
lot of
gonna
fun. And I'll talk about the 2A community. Let me finish up, the
yeah,
permit
yeah,
and
sorry.
all
Go ahead,
that.
man.
So um, finally, I got my permit, and then the guy is working with, he's an instructor. He's like, "Hey, so you got to get a gun?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I got
Yeah.
the LC9, and as stupid as the laws are, I had to buy it in Florida,
What?
and then get the little travel safe, the metal travel safe, and throw it in my luggage and bring it back with me. And then it's like I carried, like I got a pocket holster, and I pocket carried, and I carried like with nothing in the chamber for a week.
Yeah,
I carried with a Snapchat cap in the chamber for a week just to make sure, like, hey, I'm not gonna, you know,
yeah.
light one off, not gonna do a desk pop or anything like that.
You're not gonna
So
Just
I
stay
was
quiet.
super, I was super cautious about it.
Yeah.
And finally, I got to the point where I was carrying, round in the chamber, safety off, and that's how I carry. And so the funny thing was, my wife, when I got the gun, she came with me for the pistol. She's
Correct.
like, "You're gonna shoot me. You're gonna shoot me. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me." I'm like, "Yes, I am. If you keep bothering me, shut up."
You got,
I didn't
you're
say
gonna
it like
bust an Alec Baldwin on her or what?
that.
Is that too
I
early?
hope they get who shot them. I don't know how it happened. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, the gun was in your hand. Your finger was on the trigger. What a
You saw the new pictures?
Yeah, what that guy? What a piece of crap that guy is. I've always known he was a piece of crap. What a complete piece of crap that guy is.
Yeah. So what was your first pew pew you got, bro?
So the first pistol was an LC9, and it was an awful gun. The LC9S was a much better gun.
Yeah.
So I kind of went through the evolution. I had the LC9, LC9S, and I've sold all of them. Then I got the LCP, and then the LCP2. So I still have one LCP, and my wife and I each have an LCP2. I recently got an LCP Max. I carry a 365 right now, and ooh, can I show you my wife's 365?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't see.
I, so I
Hey,
got
oh,
her slide all Gucci'd up. I'll pull the slide off.
hey, so I guess they're saying it stands for little crappy nine or little crappy pistol. That's the Ruger, right, Rich?
What?
The LC9s are Rugers, right?
Yeah, yeah. The LC9's awful. The LC9S is really good,
Yeah, that's
but
nice.
it's like
Hold on, let
seven
me
plus one.
let me put you on full screen so everybody could see it because it deserves solo layout.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, nice, bro.
and
Look at
if you look at my IG, you can find the guy that did the work. That's AR Jeep Dave, and the company 22 Mods for All. They're like Xavier Firearms on IG.
yeah,
They did the laser work,
that's nice.
so it's like crazy.
All right, man. Yeah, that's nice. What did your wife say? Was she happy when she saw it, or she's like, "You're
Yeah,
just
she's
this is."
mad. There's no sights on it yet. She's like, "Where's my
Oh,
sights?"
damn. What sites are you gonna put on that? What are you
I'm
thinking?
gonna get some tritium sights for it.
Yeah, that's right. You can't go wrong with tritium.
Some True Glow or whatever. They're like
Yeah.
$140. It's like, oh,
You know what? I'm kind of mad because I was removing my sight to my new 19 and I used the wrong screw. It was longer and I accidentally ended up, I guess, probably messing up the tritium and it won't glow anymore.
oh, oh shit. Well,
Um,
you can replace the vials.
oh, you could?
Yeah, yeah. Babyface P did a video on that.
What? I was gonna show it, but no. I'll show it to you later on. All right.
Right, right.
So how did you get into the 2A
All
3D
right.
printing thing?
So that's a good question. So I've been printing and printing, printing, who knows what, all sorts of stuff. So the um, LC9S I was carrying because I'm a lefty, I would hit the mag release and I would
Oh,
also bump the safety. So finally I removed the safety. That's an easy thing to do. But there's a magazine safety that I left in, but so if the mag is out, it won't fire. So as a lefty in pocket carrying, I would bump something once or twice a day and eject the mag.
DOD says send it back to the manufacturer. They'll replace it. Say it came broken.
So what I wanted to do was print a left-handed LC9S.
Correct.
That's how I started. I'm like, well, let me start with the LCP. It's a little bit smaller, a little simpler to do. And that's how I started. I kind of took a couple year hiatus on printing. Like I didn't print for a couple of years. And
Yeah.
that's what I started printing again. And, then I'm seeing there's all sorts of cool stuff to print. And I'm like, heck yeah, this is cool.
So that's how
So
you got back
that's,
into it.
yeah, yeah.
I have a question. As a lefty, as you being a lefty, is it hard with certain weapons, or what's your experience with that?
So, all right, I'll make one joke. It's a right-handed world. Everything
Yeah,
is right-handed. So you're used to doing everything right-handed.
correct.
Like even calipers are right-handed. They're designed. So I've got to use calipers in my right hand to operate them correctly. Because if you
Right.
operate them in your left hand, you need a mirror. You can't. So it doesn't make any sense to do things left-handed. Other than the things you have to. So I
Yeah.
do shoot left-handed. I do, pistol and rifle, but um, for the most part, that's not an issue. And I was watching Tim, Military Arms Channel.
Yeah.
He's got the cool tactical mustache, and he's shooting the AUG left-handed, and the rounds are like hitting his upper lip, but he's got a lot of protection there. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first time I shot an AUG, I didn't realize the first time. So boom, the cartridge ejects and whacks me and like left a crescent shaped cut. Like I shot 2 rounds on the AUG at a shoot, and they
Yeah.
both landed like right here. And it's like I had 2 cuts. It's like the second time it happened, I'm like, what the heck? And I look and I'm
It
like,
was
I'm bleeding.
damn.
So yeah, if I bought 4 AUG kits
No,
and
no.
none of them are lefty. So I'm
Damn.
hoping maybe I can trade somebody
Yeah, you should
or
add in the group chat if anybody has one that's left and wants to trade it.
yeah.
Did you see what DLD After Dark said?
Have you met any left-handed shooters that are straight? Ooh, dark dishing it.
Dark is, hey, remember when he said when you said something about his 3D printer and he said, "But these hands do."
Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember?
So we got to make fun of Dark and his 3D printer. It ran for like an hour or two, I think, successfully,
Yeah.
and then he has to replace a $5 part and can't figure out how to do it. But I'll tell you what. So
Go ahead.
the um because I built the ANET, and you're like wiring up the hot end and all that shit. You're not like soldering anything, but like it's all screw terminals and plugs. I
Yeah.
mean, you did everything. You routed the wires. So when it came to the ender and my thermistor went bad,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to fix it. Like I never, and it's just a cover over the hot end. I never even had that off. Like, holy
Oh,
cow. I mean, it's got to be the same crap, basically, and it pretty
yeah.
much is. But there was a little hesitance in me because, it's like, hey, I didn't build that from the ground up, so I don't know how it all goes.
No, yeah, you're right. I remember mine recently when I changed the hot end, right? It was full of PLA. I don't know how it
Oh, yeah.
happened. But it just got PLA all over it.
Yeah,
So I got
sometimes it happens.
yeah, I got the clippers. I start clipping, and right away in my head, I'm like, hopefully I don't clip a wire, right? As soon as I said that, man, it clipped, and then I'm like, oh man. So it's the thermos. I think it's the not the heating part, but the little part that
The
keeps track.
thermistor, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was that. So then I just end up cleaning it and sticking it back in, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
heck? So then I peel it off a little bit, stick it back in, tighten it up. Now it's working. But I need to replace it, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
working.
it's like a $5 part. It's stupid cheap.
Yeah.
So
It
there's
just
a couple of things. So I keep, the socks for the hot end, nozzles, thermistors. I have a couple of each kicking around.
so he said he's finally gonna do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He'll
Sure,
I
sure,
believe
Dark.
him. I believe
Sure.
you, bro. I have faith
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any faith in Doc.
All right.
Now, if you said he was going to the gun shop every day, twice a day, I'd believe him because it's like, oh hey, I'm in the gun shop. I'll call you back.
All right. That's what he tells
Yeah.
you, Rich?
Oh yeah. Why you think he's going to a strip club or something?
Nah, I don't know. I
No.
it, I don't even wanna talk about that. You know that I've never been to a strip club in my life?
I don't think
Never,
I've been
bro.
to a strip club since I've been married. I'm overdue, I
Never.
guess.
I mean, I went to one, but I don't consider it a strip club because it was a bar and they had like, I
All
guess
strip
like a
clubs are bars.
no, but this one was like, a regular bar, and then only one night they had I think it was Wednesdays, they had like a bikini thing, and then, the girls a bikini contest, supposedly, I guess that's what they would say
Right,
because
and
they
then they
didn't
all
have
get naked to win.
yeah, and start dancing, yeah, because I guess they probably didn't have a permit for that, so they just said
Yeah,
bikini
yeah.
contest.
So that's was everybody yelling skin to win?
Nah, it was Mexican, so I don't even think they know what that
What's skin to win in Latino?
they were like, "Encuérate, encuérate," like, "Take it off," you know?
Oh, okay.
"Encuérate." Um, I had a homeboy, right, and he was, Cuban, and he would always tell me that he wanted rice, so he would say arroz, but instead of saying pollo, he would say bollo, bollo.
So not no arroz con pollo?
No, arroz con bollo.
Arroz con
Like
pollo?
bollo, bollo.
Pollo?
No, B,
Bolio.
bollo.
Oh, bolio.
I guess what is bollo? Do
I
you
don't
know?
know. No.
I guess he was saying bollo is like, a girl's behind or something, you know, I don't know.
Oh, oh, I
Is it?
didn't know that.
'Cause
Is
you know
that
how I don't know
is
because you know how like different
different
Latinos
cultures?
communicate. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Colombians use this word that if you tell it to a Mexican, so this I'm giving you guys some international type of shit.
Right, right.
Not all Mexicans are Mexican. We take offense. So they say this word that is marica. Marica, which in Spanish culture, marica means fairy, you know, like, hey, fairy. But in their culture, it's like we say, ¿Qué pasó, güey? Like, what's up, dumbass? You know, like that's what
Yeah, yeah.
güey means, like dumbass or like fool, whatever, you know. And some
Okay.
people don't
Okay.
like that.
Not
So
tanto.
yeah, not tonto, like, way. So way is kind of like, I think the cow, the small cow or something, I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
So we say certain words and that, Colombian guy would always be like, "Marica, marica," and people I mean, I think a lot of the cultures, I don't know, have different words that you can't say, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
So then so you just stopped printing first and then you got into, 3D printing, right? Like into
Well,
the toy.
yeah, so it was like, "Hey man, I want a the LC9 is a great gun. LC9S, I should say, is a great gun.
Yeah,
I need one left-handed because I kept ejecting the mag." And I'm like, "So I got to print a mag release and a grip." And
correct.
that's how I started working on that, and then, started printing guns from there.
Mhm.
And in the
And
meantime, I got the SIG P365, and that's an easy swap. I mean, I
mhm,
shoot everything. Like I can't show it, but
yeah.
uh, the mag release is right here, so I just use my middle finger to eject the mag. So I don't
Okay,
have a problem running. Like I'm at the range or whatever, running a gun for a righty. I just use my middle finger to eject the mag. No big deal. But
alright.
for a carry piece, and also because most people are right-handed, I'd rather have a right-handed gun so somebody else can use it.
Oh, I
Because
got you.
as a lefty, I know how to deal with it. But my carry piece, because I don't want to be ejecting the mag, I need to have the mag release swapped over.
Alright.
So
And then,
that's it.
another question I wanna ask you, how did, you and John, how did that happen? How did you get
So it's kind of funny. I've been friends with Hank Strange for a bunch of years. So Hank and I'd be on his show, and I got friendly with Walter and Patrick, Babyface P. So I've
Mhm.
known all of those guys, and John was doing video, his show 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 o'clock, and I was on his show a couple of times, and like I was at Hank's house. I was getting ready to leave, and John Crump called. And John's always got the news. He's always got something
Yeah.
interesting. He's like, "Hey, I got Rich here. You mind if I put you on speaker and you tell Rich what's going on?" And
Correct.
so John and I'm not sure how many years. It's only in like the last year and a half, 2 years that John and I became close. It's basically when I started co-hosting the show.
All right.
So and I have a lot of fun doing it. It's like, as much as I talk about stuff, like Dark and I talk about it, that uh, if I was paying myself $5 an hour for all of the social media that I do, or everything that I do for social media, I'd
Correct.
be I'd be making, I'm better off mowing lawns if I was looking to do this to make money. But it's kind of like therapy, getting online. Now that we all work from home and all that kind of stuff, being able to talk to people, socialize with people. Um, Plus, I
Yeah.
get to meet cool people and do cool things. So
Yeah.
that that's
People, go ahead.
that's a lot of the fun. Is the people you meet, and going to cool shoots and stuff like that, like the Iraq veteran shoot, or like there's people I don't want to say I talk to them all the time, like usually twice a month. Smash Time and I'll just shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
There's a number of guys that are on YouTube that I know, and just are good guys, and we'll just shoot the breeze. So it's kind of nice.
No. Yeah. For sure. I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand that this. Well, for me, right, in general, my the reason I do this is because I enjoy it. For me, it was like you said, it was therapy. When I
Hmm.
started, it was around the time that all the COVID stuff started happening, but at the same time, I was going through a lot of stuff in my life, and it
Yeah.
helped me get away from that because I couldn't leave. I had to be here at my house 24/7. I couldn't leave, so just having the printer next to me, getting there, learning the settings, learning everything was a way for me to escape.
Hmm.
And I believe we all need that sometimes. We need somewhere that we could go, and it's safe.
Yeah.
We're not, we're not out there in the bar, or I mean, unless
Right.
you're on IPS's Discord. I think that's like
Yeah.
the bar. On Fridays it opens and everybody goes there.
Is that
If you
it?
guys, yeah, you need to go, man. If you guys haven't gone to IPS's Discord, join Fridays and Saturdays. It pops. That thing is popping.
So have you printed a Glocknovsky?
No. So what I'm waiting on is the double Harlot Glock.
Yeah.
So that I'm gonna print that, but at the moment, I've been more busy with trying to get this stuff, growing my channel, growing my viewers, and bringing more content to you guys. Like I've always said, I like having people here and you getting to know who they are, not just the person behind the social media account. I want people to know that we're all people, we all have
Oh
lives,
yeah.
and we're all able to get along. Yes, we do have these disagreements once in a while, but we all fix our stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
you see, come out and
Come out and
play.
play.
Yeah. Yeah. What did he say?
He says that voice chat on Friday and Saturday nights is a goddamn train wreck.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's the place you want to be at. So what happens in IPS's Discord stays in IPS's Discord, just like Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, you need to join, man. Come this Friday after the roast and just pick just be like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And then you'll see certain people's faces that don't show. Oh, DLD has gonna leave. All right, man. Thank you, and I'll see you on Saturday.
No, he said he's back, so he didn't hear all the bad things we said about him.
All right.
You'll have
But
to rewind, buddy.
yeah, you gotta rewatch it, bro.
Actually, Dark's got a show in half an hour.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. And
Dark, who's the
then
guest?
who's the guest, bro? Give us insider scoop. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. So Tuesday was a guy that goes by Florida Guns. He's actually a guy I know.
Yeah, I saw him. He's the is the one that we're talking about, like well, freedom stuff and everything to do with. Was it him or no?
No, he was the guy. He had an incident, and it's funny. I've known the guy for some years, and
Yeah.
I never heard the story until like I think I just threw my link out there, my Streamyard link, and he joined, and he told a story on my channel that
Yeah.
he had to use his gun. You won't believe who the guest is. Let's say he works. Hmm.
Oh. Hmm. What time is it? So and how long?
So half an hour, man.
All right, so we'll cut it before his show. That way we could tune in over there. Guys, make sure you guys tune in after this is done. I still have more stuff I want to ask Rich, like where he got that idea of shooting stuff upside down. Nah, he already talked about it. If you guys missed it, the power of interviewing, he says.
So yeah, the whole idea, the Glock bullpup, I was doing some testing, and
Yeah.
cool thing about 3D printing is so if you want to print something that sandwiches the grip, you just do a negative of the model, and boom, you got it. So
Hmm.
what I did is I don't have a range set up, but I have more than an acre of property. I have an acre and a quarter. And in
Correct.
Florida, if you have an acre and a quarter and the rounds don't leave your property, you can shoot on your property. No paperwork, no nothing, just have at it, enjoy. So that's why I set it up on a 2x4 laying on a table. And, I 3D printed just a mount to hold the gun pointing straight down.
Yeah.
So when I shot it, I just shot it into the ground because, then the rounds don't leave my property.
Correct.
And
They growing into more bullets. So if you guys
yeah,
don't
yeah, I'm
know,
planting the freedom seeds.
if you guys need
So,
bullets, shoot the ground, but make sure there's no pipelines that
right,
can.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so if the power doesn't work in my garage, I know why.
Yeah.
So then when I did it for the arc, I hung it like this, and what I do is I put a loop of string, it's like a nylon webbing around the grip and the trigger, and on a pole with a hole in the end, and just twist it until it gets tight, and then that fires the trigger.
Yeah.
And so the first time I was firing the arc, the buffer tube blew out. So there's a steel rod going across the top, and there's a steel rod going right here, and then a steel rod going here. So it's
Mhm.
holding everything in compression, but the top of the buffer tube wasn't held in compression. I used the CHEP fast print to print it in four, or basically it allows you to print half the time of draft mode, of regular draft mode, using an Ender 3 and Cura. So it had split, but it fails. It's not real catastrophic. So it split here and it broke the brace like right here, but it still wasn't going anywhere because of the angle.
Right.
And so Ralph was commenting. I was shooting it on IG Live,
Yeah.
and I held it even though it split right here and shot it a few more times. And Ralph was like goofing on me, telling me he's like, it broke and you still yeah, but I'm like, when an AR breaks, the only thing I'm concerned about is that, hey, this is 3D printed, and as long as that contains the bolt, I'm okay. Now I
Correct.
wasn't shouldering it, and I wasn't putting it to. I was shooting it offhand, off to the side, so that if anything was going to shoot out the back of it, it wasn't going to hit me.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you. How did you end up getting into cuz I don't know if the people don't know, but you actually sell kits, correct? In gun shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about
So,
that.
and I'll pimp it. Orders at flyingrich.com. You can send me a request for whatever you got. Thanks. So I was out of work for like almost 6 months,
Yeah.
and I had some money come in, and I'm like, hey, let me buy 50 kits from JSD, and I started going to gun shows, and gun shows are always fun, even if you just go to
Oh,
them. And what I found is I did like gun shows like in the South and kind of Central Florida area, and I'd see the same people. Like there are guys that go to a gun show every week, even if they have to drive a couple hours.
oh,
That's their
dang. That's
entertainment, I guess.
yeah.
So um, I had no idea what the market was. So I kind of broke even. I broke even. I did some horse trading. So so all of the gold plated slides and stuff I got, I horse traded kits for. So I I really haven't made money. I've horse traded for some things, and yeah, I've had fun.
Yeah. I
I
think
still
that's
have like I still have 12 G19 frames, and I probably like retail. I have like $6,000 worth of slides, so 17,
damn.
19, and 26 slides.
Yeah.
So I still need to sell all that stuff, and I can always sell it on eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
not real
remember,
worried about it.
if you go and support Rich, you're actually also supporting JSD Supply. So
Yep,
if you guys
because
need anything, hit up Rich.
yeah, I appreciate it. And if like I don't stock the SIG stuff, so the MUP one and all that, but I can get it. And if you use code Sabr,
Mm.
I'll give you $10 off the
There
JSD
you go.
price.
You guys heard it here first. Let's go. Wait. Code word Sabar, and you get what do you say, Rich? $10
ten
off.
dollars off. I'll give you $10 off the MUP
$10
one and the
off.
MUP one jig.
Damn, that's a come up. So make sure you guys hit up Rich. I'll post it later on online, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Oh, he says, what about code Saber? No, code Saber is only. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this right now. We gotta fix it. You got Sabar
Yep,
right here.
yep.
This is Sabar. Fridays and maybe Saturdays. If you go to the Discord, you'll see savoring. So that's the difference. Savor is when he kind of drinks, or maybe drinks a lot. I have no recollection. I do remember last night I almost got abducted by aliens, but the Goombeam flashlight scared them away.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah. So you got save Sabar. You guys confusing me now. You got Sabar right now, and Savor only comes out at night sometimes.
After midnight, feed them after midnight.
Yeah, if you guys gotta keep him because then he's just gonna. I mean, if you guys think I'm already saying some weird stuff, wait till you meet Savor. That guy is not all there, man. I'm telling you. But I mean, I was gonna say at least you probably made some connections at the gun shows. You got to know people, and
Yeah,
who's gonna
yeah.
take away
I've
from
had
that?
fun.
All right, hey, but for reals, bro, you're using that code because now you said it, and
Oh yeah.
we have recorded. So you guys hit up Rich. Rich will hook you guys up. Another question I have, and this you don't have to answer if you don't want to. How do you feel that the community has accepted you, and where do you want to see the community go, like head to? What do you want more to
So
see?
when you say community, you mean like 3D printing community?
Like pretty much the 3D 2A community in general.
So now here, I guess the question back at you is, who is the community? Is the community P80 Ralph? Is the community Mr. Snow? Who's the community?
There's no name, and the community is
You
all of
know,
us.
so
Everybody, everybody that
hopefully,
you,
hopefully, if I'm doing things right, I'm pissing some people off, because
yeah, of
that's
course.
that's the key element. If everybody likes me in the community, I'll do. You probably don't know. You're too young for this. Ed
Yeah,
Koch was a Democrat mayor of New York City, and he
okay.
used to say, if you agree with me on 7 out of 10 things, vote for me. If you agree with me on 9 out of 10 things, have your head examined. And as much
Right.
as I was not a Democrat, I liked Ed Koch. He was a real guy. And
Yeah.
and what was cool about Ed Koch is he would do something wrong or say something wrong and 2 days later apologize for it. He was a real guy, not like blaming other people for it. It was like he was a Democrat, but he was more of a JFK Democrat, not what goes on now. But anyhow, going back to your point, I don't know who hates me out there. I mean, like Matt Invader Zip is cool. I mean, I talked to him. I talked to Snow. I talked to Ralph. Who else? There's a number of other people. So yeah, I mean, Vin, I know. Who else? So Control Pew. I haven't been up with Control Pew and Vin in a while, probably a couple of months, but
Yeah. Hey, did you go to the makers match?
no, I was at a gun show selling P80s. I
You should
wanted
have
to
gone to
go
the match.
because
Okay, so
because Cody was going to be there. There's a lot of guys. So Xander was there, and of course JSD. Jordan's a good guy.
for sure, Jordan is amazing, man. He's he's done so much for the community. To be honest,
Oh
um,
yeah.
also, what about where do you want to see the community go to? Like, what in your
So
perspective?
I, you know, I'm totally blown away by the arc. So something like the arc, I think, is crazy. I'm like, just how I was so excited about this project, and still am. I love, like, there's 3,000 different ways you can print one, so it's really nutso. Um, the so Two things. I want to see more stuff like the arc, like the
Yeah,
G34 bullpup. Um,
yes,
DLD in his comments.
yeah,
So the other thing is I want to get past it, and I think Mr. Snow talks about this all the time. Mr. Snow is a normal married guy with a family, and he makes guns.
yeah.
And
Mr.
I
Snow.
think that's the other big thing. I don't want creepy Joe Biden. This is a ghost gun. It's scary. And criminals and terrorists have them. No,
And
it should be like, hey man, I just built. What's that?
it takes 30 minutes to build, but that's a lie because
Yeah,
last
I
night,
think Joe's
uh,
still working on his.
no, didn't you see IP? It was DLD, IPS, and then Ralph jumped in to help, and it took us. Then I jumped in at the end too. It took about like almost an hour or two, I think,
Oh yeah.
to build.
Yeah.
Yeah, DLD,
Oh, I missed
no,
that one then.
it was good.
So
I
Dark
love
says
Rich.
I'm totally gay for Jordan, but no homo.
And then he says, joking, I love Rich, totally friend boner for Rich.
Did I miss that one? Where's that?
Yeah, it just
So
he just
uh yeah, I like, so two things: more cool shit like the arc, and also that the face of a do it yourself build at home gun should be somebody like me, you, Mr. Snow, not
uh,
like what these senators and the president says is, criminals and terrorists. I mean, I got a carry permit. It's like I'm a married dude with a daughter with a tech job. I don't want to say I'm as normal as anyone else because I'm probably pretty far from normal, but just I'm just like everybody else. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not a freaking terrorist. I'm not. I like guns. I like building guns. I think it's cool as shit being able to build a gun.
Yeah, I think a lot of
So
us love our freedom, and we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna do what we're allowed to do and not break laws allegedly.
And I think that was the good thing about all of the BLM riots and COVID, that everybody got the frickin' panic, and it wasn't just us redneck right wingers, with the pews. All of a
Yeah,
sudden, the diehard Democrat commies had to have a gun.
you know what? I'm gonna say something, and I don't mean no disrespect or anything like that, but COVID in a way was a blessing in disguise. And the reason I say that is I feel bad for people that lost their lives or
Sure.
people that were affected by it, but COVID helped a lot of us start 3D printing, helped us
Mm-hmm.
build a community, and helped us see that a lot of the shit in the news is bullshit. A lot of the
Yes.
stuff people
Yes.
are saying is bullshit because if you look at the 2A community, people that don't know anything about it are gonna say, "Oh, they're just a bunch of racist hillbillies, blah blah blah." And yes, half of us are racist and hillbillies, but I mean, the other half
So
are pretty normal. No, I'm just,
it,
but you
but
know what I mean?
but look at it. Look at like Ralph. It actually, Rogue Banshee. I had him on John Crump Live today. So Rogue
Yeah,
Banshee is as normal a guy as they come.
no,
And again, we're all not normal, but
mhm.
him and Ralph were both like called out by NBC and the senators and all that bullshit.
I mean, even
And it's
Jordan,
like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And it's like, here we have Jordan, P.D. Ralph, Rogue Banshee, all normal people. So how is it? Show me the effing terrorist with the YouTube channel, in the burqa on or whatever, and the bag over their head, hiding their identity, right? Right? Saying,
mhm.
all right, and akalam alaikum, this is how you make a P80. Show me that. How come it's P80 Ralph and Rogue Banshee and Putang and all that, all these
There's
normal
there's
dudes, married working dudes, make where's the terrorist network showing you how to do this? Go F yourself. Serious.
yeah,
I'm
no,
just I'm
no,
so
you're right.
pissed off at all of these people saying like, "Oh, it's terrorists and criminals." All right, fine. Show your and if you're a terrorist or criminal, raise your frickin' hand. Or
Right.
NBC, show me a video of the terrorist and criminal building Apollo 80.
I mean, if they're saying that they're terrorists and criminals, and the guy that they paid to build the P80 is what? A terrorist or a criminal. So it doesn't make sense, and it kind of sucks the light they're shining on this community. And that's why I believe that the best way to fight that is by people coming on shows, doing
Yeah,
what we're doing what DLD does, doing what P80 does, doing what Snow does, doing what SIP does. Everybody do something for the community and show every he says what? Don't forget Putang and MGB Boy. Yes,
yep.
every all those dudes are
Tactical
doing
toolbox, yep, yep.
yeah,
All targeted. Thanks, man.
yeah. Everybody's doing something for the community.
Yeah, Coda
Putang,
Boy, he's another real good guy, busy
yeah.
as fuck with his day job. Great guy.
So
I
don't get offended if I didn't mention your name, but all I'm saying is everybody in the community it has a part. And I think the more we show our face, the more we show that we're just a bunch of guys that live in a basement. I mean, I don't know about everybody, but I mean, John does have a basement. I don't. Uh,
well, that's the basement John lives in of his
no,
mom's
but
house.
no, man, John. That's probably one of his. What do you call it? A safe house he owns or something like that.
Well, that's
Uh,
the see. I think John showed me the bait house because
yeah.
when I was over at John's house, his family wasn't there. He said they were in New York, and he
No, but
showed me the CIA safe house around the
yeah,
corner.
that's what it was,
So I
man.
kind of think that's where he lives on that 30-acre property, you know?
Yeah, the one
And he
next to
just has,
Biden.
yeah. Well, no, that's his beach house.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see? I sent John this thing where somebody wrote on this Russian tank, Wolverines. Have
Yes,
you seen?
yes. I think he posted that.
Yeah, I sent it to. I tagged them on it. Um, but yeah, so I mean, like I'm saying, the only thing we could do is show that we're regular people and let them know that we're not criminals. That's the way we're gonna
Yeah.
shine a better light on the
But
community.
the media look at how they interviewed Jordan Finrow. The media wants to make him out as the merchant of death, and I make jokes about that. It's like, yeah, I'm your just everyday merchant of death.
Yeah, but you
You
know what?
need your supplies.
We need to help out Jordan so he could buy a news channel. That's the next step. I think
I
I'm
don't
being
think it wants
serious.
anything to do with that.
I mean,
But who
we
knows
need.
what Jordan's up to? He's a smart guy,
Yeah,
smart
man, he's
man.
amazing. Uh, so I'm gonna say this, guys, real quick before we end the show. Thank you for being here, and remember, guys, this awesome hat right here, can't stop the signal, is still up for raffle. I need I don't need that many anymore because I think I have like 91 subscribers. So once I hit 133 subscribers, this is gonna go up for raffle.
Cool.
Show people that you are Pro 2A. Show people that they cannot stop the signal. Show people you love America. So, anything you want to say, Rich?
Yeah, well, that's kind of something I was talking to Dark today about. Is the new regulation that came out of the ATF is so badly written. I'm wondering if that was intentionally badly written, and that's why they got rid of the acting director of the ATF because they
Maybe they
didn't
want.
touch 3D printed guns with that for the most part. And I, it's almost so badly written it was done on purpose that way.
Yeah, I think it just wanted to ruffle up the feathers, get people scared, and not have people understand it. Because when you
Yeah,
don't understand something, the first instinct in your head is gonna be, "Well, I'm just gonna get rid
fear.
of anything." Yeah,
Hmm.
I just want to be safe. I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna get my printer and throw it away. If you're throwing away printers, my PO box is on my link. Send them to me, Rich, or anybody in the community, and
Right?
we'll do it.
Dark needs one. It's got to be
Oh man.
working though.
Okay, guys. Remember, if you need pew pews, hit up Rich and code. Damn, I was gonna say Saber.
Sabr.
Or use code Sabar for $10 off. Whatever you need from Rich.
So it's
And
$10 off the MUP. So the MUP one or the
oh,
jig for the MUP one, I'll give you
there
ten
you
bucks
go.
off with code Sabar.
For for the MUP one and the
Yep,
jig, you get $10 off with the code
each.
word Sabar each. Woo! Thank you, Rich. Make sure you guys go check out DLD after this and take it away, Rich. Let people know where they could find you.
Yeah, so flyingrich.com, youtube.com/flyingrich, and on the Instagrams, I'm flyingrich underscore official, and pretty much every other social media. So I'm Flying Rich. So on Twitter, Getter, Locals, I'm all over there.
And remember, guys, if you want feed pictures, anything else, Sabar prints on OnlyFans, pay to play, motherfucker.